Detroitiac, them boys is coming. Detroitiac, them boys is coming. Detroitiac, them boys is coming. Yo, Detroitiac, them boys is coming. Detroitiac, them boys is coming.
Yo, Sadiq, the world ready for your introduction.
What up, though? Detroit is the place where I come from. That introduction be our very slogan, the city of men.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. This is the Ride Out Mix Show with your boy Nino Breezy, DJ Nuff Said. I got D-Lurd. D-Lurd, test your mic. You still good?
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, you still good. Tay Lee, man, what up, though?
Check 1, check 2.
Hey, one below, man, what up, though?
Mike 1 below 1 2.
Yeah, yeah. It's round 2, man. This is what, 3 years ago, man?
Yeah, 3 years.
Yeah. You was hitting that dropping baby on the last time you was here too, man. You was like, I might drop it tomorrow or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's cool to really just do it when you think it's the right time to do it, you know what I'm saying? And not have the pressure of like other people or entities or organizations telling you you gotta do it now or you can't do it now or you should have did it already or you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I never really even visited that territory, but I'm saying just, that's really what it was about. You know, I wasn't really trying to react to no external factors, just really just make sure, like, the music was done.
Yeah.
And the art, like, you know, I changed, like, the song titles at the last minute. You know, you get some new kicks, it's a whole different fit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You be like, damn, sure look different, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and, you know, I had thought about the acronym. So, you know, it all happened on time, man. You know, even with the fact that, even just the whole idea to test tube babies, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been researching this for a long time.
Okay.
But, like, every year, with technology advancing, the cost of USBs drop. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or just whatever, you know what I'm saying? More people is even investing in the USBs or custom USBs, you know what I mean? And less CDs. Not saying people don't still buy CDs.
Right.
And not saying people buy, I'm saying you got fruit for people who want fruit, dessert for people who want Twinkies, meat for people who eat meat. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta but you could also just be a butcher. So it's like, what's on your menu? So that's what it is, man. Just having the merch come together, you know, my kids doing some of the stickers, introducing them, and like even the C-section.
Yeah.
You know, that came, I had a whole nother different title, but I was like, dang, dog, I'm about this all basketball. Man, how can I, and I was going to call it some with court, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or, I had a whole bunch of other names, but I'm just saying, when I came up with the C-section, like, oh man, all right, it's a C-section, a baby coming, but I wanted to introduce it conceptually. So I was able to fit a whole nother album on there, that's all. In real time, that's what I mean, just being an artist, not being like a, you know, a person with a deadline and even like attached to a certain kind of outcome, you get what I'm saying? Because with the nature of that album, I'm like, yo man, like, okay, Trayvon Martin, the time is now. Like, hold up. This ain't even, you know what I mean? Mike Brown, it gotta be now. He's country, we hurting. Tamara. Man, you're gonna be doing that forever, bro. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole point, you know what I'm saying? The point is, yeah, man, you ain't asking none of these questions, but like, okay, it's one thing to have something that I did yesterday, a year ago, 10 years ago. It's another thing to be looking in real time, like, man, okay, this the president, this what people, everybody in the house right now, everybody wish they could go out in the sun and shit, everybody wish they could have a family reunion in a large gathering. I'm about to drop Summertime. Because was going to be the first release, not that. But I'm like, yo, this is, hell yeah. And it's summertime, 4th of July, independence. That's the real independence. That's how I'm thinking. That's why I'm like, it ain't about like, for myself, stressing over like, who, what, when, where, how, and why. Because if you put a certain vibration. If you put that frequency out there, man, there's people tuning in from Berlin. You might not know it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta know it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta know how many raindrops hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? You just know like my crops. Man, okay. Now I still gotta do my part though. I can't just rely on the weather, and that's what curation is. You know what I mean? Like, making people feel like, yo, you. Even if it took you 15 seconds, like, man, that would have took somebody. Dang, 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Even
right.
if it took 15 seconds, that's because you a master. It ain't about the time, but it's like, man, I feel like he put some time and effort into that. I feel like, I'm not saying everybody think like that. I'm saying like the people who will spend whatever on a book or on a price tag, they want quality.
Right.
Somebody will buy some drawers for $500.
No, that's real
Like,
talk.
what's
That's
the
That's real talk.
I mean, somebody like, what is that's what I mean. What does that mean to you? I just bought a juice today. This was $8. I was like, had ginger and turmeric in it. I was like, but come on, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have did that. Could have bought a fruit basket.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the point I'm trying to make is value. You know what I mean? And having. Yeah, that's how I'm a conceptual artist, man. So I want to look at it in real time, like what's happening to me, what's happening around me, what's happening in the world, what are we consuming every day.
Now, was
That kind of thing.
C-section dropped more in real time as far as the time frame the music was actually.
It's
created
all dropped in real time.
Okay.
Like it might be like. This verse is from 10 years ago. This verse from 5 years ago.
That's
this
what
verse
I'm
from
getting
5
at.
days ago.
So
That's how you naturally organically evolve and just bring more styles. In the beginning, I'm like punchlines.
Yeah.
But then you get to the school and be like, man, I'm gonna do alphabet soup. So when I come to a place like this, I can't even cuss, man. I got something for the kids, I got something for the man, I got something for the clan, I got something for, because that's what hip hop is. You don't ask for permission to be there. You just turn the corner. You be like, damn, who hit that wall? It's disruptive. However beautiful it is to somebody else, it's supposed to be, So it's never out of the blue. It's always like, man, this C-section is all basketball.
Right.
But anytime I work on an album, I'm like, all right, what's gonna be my voice out here? Because in the beginning it's easy, like it's wide open. But after a while, you're like, okay, I already did that, I already said that, I already did a song like that, okay. Like, and I don't want to flow the same way all the time. That's why you gotta be paying attention, right?
Yeah.
So, C-section was like, my man had did an instrumental album called The Hoop Dreams, Disarm. Shout out to Disarm.
Okay.
When I be in LA, we just go to record stores and go back to the crib and make beats or whatever. That's how we was building, And after like a year of that, I was like, then he put out an instrumental album, and not only was it tight, like he shouted me out. Like, I was like, no, you have to do that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, Hoop Dreams. Dog, I already be having like hoop bars, like I already do that. But now I'm gonna do that on the whole project, you know what I'm saying? Like that'll be my voice on here, hooping. But I'm gonna be talking about the vaccines and medicine, but I'm gonna call that Dr. J. I'm gonna sample this Malcolm X speech, the Ballad of the Bullet, but I'm gonna call this Washington Bullets. Okay, this is about the yak right here. I'm gonna call this Phoenix Suns. That's how I'm thinking. Like, all right, this shit, the chorus is like, what? Out of this world, man. You wouldn't understand it. Out of this world. I'm going to call it Rebound. No, I'm going to call it Do Mars. Come on, dog. That's how I'm doing it, right? So, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
So anyways, but I'm also thinking about people talking about vaccines, conspiracy theories, and the election. So it's take these Washington Bullets. I don't gotta say the name of the president.
Right.
I could talk about number 45.
Right.
Way before it's time adopted the 45. I'm wearing 45 adopters. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing. That's what I mean, real time. Like, that's the necklace I'm wearing right now, real time.
Right.
Like,
that's crazy.
Like, real time. This is what I'm saying. When you talking about real shit, hold up. I came in here and you was playing the BlackBerry joint. Dog, that shit happened in real time today. That's what I'm telling you. So it's cool, man. Just thinking you don't know, but if you paying attention, man, you're not an antiquity minded person. You no matter what your style is, you still on some 2021 shit. Yeah. You're not a caveman, so how you love now is just gonna be forever. It's timeless, you know what I mean? When your love get old, you know what I'm saying? When your love for hip hop get old.
It won't.
That's the best way to describe it. It's timeless.
When do hip hop get old?
We go get into one of them joints on Baby real quick. Get into a few of them. We got the one and only God MC, One Below.
One Below, baby.
In the house, man. Yaktown's finest. This is B.A.B.Y, right out mix show. We'll be back.
B.A.B.Y. Eric G on the beat, Melanie Rutherford. Oof.
Who did that beat?
Eric G. Eric G did all the beats on Baby.
Oh, okay.
He made the beats, and it's another dude named Jonas Siegel. He played like a lot of the instruments. Like, he either replayed some of the instruments that was in the samples, or he in certain songs he added like guitars and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Orchestras and stuff like that. And then Melanie Rutherford. Shout out to Long Shot on that verse, and Akir, the MC, on the second verse. But Melanie Rutherford, she on a couple songs. That shit. The song before that too, it's two songs. You played a couple songs. The first one was Becca Big Yam.
Yeah.
Meezy
about you.
Meezy in the building. He just shot the video for that. You know, right here in the yacht.
The GOAT. Elite Media. Shout out to Elite Media, man.
And that was a big deal, man. You know, it's wild because I wanted. It would have been cool to have my grandma, one of my grandmas in the video, but it's because it's COVID. You know, we ain't really want to be even around them like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, my mom's in the video. She a grandmother. Like, I'm talking about my grandma, but it's about grandmothers. Mm-hmm. My sister was in the video, but she a grandmother. You know what I mean? So it ain't even really about grandmothers. It's really about grandmothers and matriarchs and just paying homage to where we came from. You know, not just the womb, but just the elders in general. Just, you know, connecting them ties when we can, because sometimes you don't know, you know a whole lot or whatever. But when you can, you know, and it's just family, period, you know, so it would have been cool to have a whole lot of things, but I'm like, you know what, I got my fam here.
Right.
That's what it's really about, you know. Afterwards, I'm like, dog, we should have had a scene with a yam. You open up the stove and then the yam. That'd have been crazy, but like,
that would have been.
That's all the afterthought.
I ain't even think about that at all.
That's what I'm saying, because it was all. But you know, but the point is, my uncle from Tennessee was in the video, dog. You know, the last time, like, that's crazy. So technically, my grandma wasn't there, but her, you know, her kids, her grandkids, great grandkids was like generations up in there. So she was there, you know what I'm saying? And just the whole family, even people that wasn't there, you know what I mean? So, you know, not only family vibes, man, just vibes about like whatever you think matter, you know, however, whatever kind of memories, because that's what I mean. We all was a youth. I don't care how old you was, you had a youth.
Yeah. Right.
It could have been traumatic. You know, it's trauma, it's all kind of drama, it's all kind of shit, but it's also, you know, you had an ice cream cone or
right.
Big Wheel or something. You watch cartoons.
That's some memories, some childhood memories.
You chase somebody, you know, play tag or something. And, you know, different levels of youth, you know what I mean? Teenagers and all that, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Even a couple of scrapes and scars will bring you some joy.
Yeah,
sure. Even looking back at it.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I think last time you was here, you said 2009 is when that's adjusted the body to work. I think that's when it was probably. That's when I got the masters back, because that's the day that was on my files. You know what I mean? Okay.
But
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it might have even been done in 08, cause it didn't take a long time to finish that album. The only reason it took as long as it did, cause I was going back and forth to Cairo.
Okay.
So I would, I'm going back to Cairo like, all right, I'm gonna record my kids talking on here. So I just dropped it, but it's like when you listen to them, it was like 7, like we kids, like we don't want to talk about babies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to coerce him into saying nothing. I was just had a little camera, like little thing, like So what's up with babies, man? It's like babies are cute. Babies come from many places. Babies are different colors. And like, this is not me telling my kids to say that. This is what we teach them.
Yeah.
Because, like, not that I got to explain myself, but, I already know some people going to be like, being a black youth, blackity black. But my kids are saying in the intro, like, babies come from different places.
Right.
They're different colors. They're cute. They're fat. So all kind of different babies, man. So I'm talking about me and my youth, like in general. But I'm also, but what I'm not doing is speaking for all people. Some people grew up in the burbs. Some people grew up in the Jets. Some people grew up without their daddy. Some people grew up with all kind of families. Some, you know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to like reach out to folks that was from different places, so they could like bring their perspective. That's why, I intentionally was like, all right, Philly Freeway, all right, Jean Grey, New York, all right, North Carolina, Fonte, all right, Superstition, all right, Spade from Tacoma, Seattle, okay, Asia from Denver, okay, Long Shot from Chicago, Mel and Rowe from the Yak, all right, Royce, Black, Gilp, they from Detroit, okay, Eric G from Seattle, okay, Devin the Dude from Houston, like, and this ain't, no disrespect, this ain't Waterford and Syracuse, New York. Not saying they ain't got no hoods there. I'm saying this Houston.
Yeah.
This Chicago, this Detroit, this Pontiac, it's Philly. That's how I'm thinking. You know what I mean? So you know what I was really thinking? I was thinking about Barack Obama, dog. No, when I was recording, like ain't this the election to 08, right?
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. Obama's campaigning, and they was basically on some shit like, who's the real Obama? You know what I'm saying? So he hit social media like, this the real Obama. So I'm thinking like a campaign, like, all right, if I'm running for president, I gotta go to Houston and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Campaign.
You get what I'm saying? Not like I got a friend here, like, man, like just hear the chemistry, you know what I mean? Hear the artistry, hear the it's cohesive in a way where it's not like, oh hell no, that ain't never happened, or that was weird, you know what I'm saying? And like I don't know, they all fit, man. Liza Garza from Flint, I wanted to make sure like, women was representing the different. KD, she a singer from Chicago, that's my sister KD, but I was like, like, write a verse. So when she like, looking back on my life and so many things, so it's like, that's what I'm saying, like, I remember I was listening to this Common song, somebody was listening to Common, and the song was playing, and they was like, man, the only thing, man, I really just like the song because of John Legend. It's still a dope song. It's still a Common song. You still like the song.
Right.
It don't even really matter why you like it.
Right.
And sometimes, like, as an MC or as an artist or as any person with an ego, you want people to be coming, you want to be David Ruffin.
Right.
They coming to see me.
No, it's my lyrics. I'm the highlight.
I'm the highlight. They come in here for the bars.
Right.
Maybe they just come in here to hear Mel.
It's they show.
They come in here to hear Mel, or they come in here just for the guitar. Some people just like the cuts.
But bottom line, they come here.
That's the bottom line, right?
Now here's the thing: if your restaurant got an extensive menu and it's all good, somebody just coming for tea. But like other people coming for pizza, and it's more customers. And
you never know why they coming.
Yeah.
You gotta cater to every. That's how you gotta go in looking at it.
Yeah.
You never know why. What's the thing that's keeping a specific person? What's baiting them? It's different for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
And you know, I just want to be clear, man, because sometimes things get taken out of context. I'm not just saying I looked on a map and was like, Gene Gray's from New York. Yeah. Not like that. It's like people that out.
You got some heavy hitters.
I'm talking about people that I fucks
like,
with.
For real. Gene Gray, Fonte, Royce, man.
But here's the thing too, yo. That's what I'm saying. The reason why I had to do C-section. Yeah. Was basically to say like, nah, I don't need no features. It's not about that. I need to catch the rap. But it's all candy. It's all different kind of candy. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, Cash, I feel like Cash spit verses like it was respect, man. You could tell Cash wrote. You know, everybody brought it, and that's a form of respect. It wasn't no throwaway verses. And then, you know, it was people that I'm like, man, I respect these cats. Not because they buzzing. Cause they dope, you know. When your shit is dope, you just dope. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he hot. I gotta get a verse to them because they hot. They ain't even hot by the time the shit come out. You don't even rap no more. She ain't even sing no more. Like married or whatever. But nah, all these people I respect them. They still go hard. You know what I mean? Some of them is way bigger and more. I mean, Eric G, who did all the beats, he got nominated for the Grammy with Rhapsody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even for Eric G to believe in me like that, to be like, yeah, man, you know, rock these beats, man, do your thing. I'm like, these 23 right here, I could do something with all of this, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking I'm going to put out a mixtape. Like, man, I could finish this in like 2 weeks. Because I got verses ready to rock. I'm like, oh, man, right to that. Then I was like, oh, man, this dude coming to town. Let me hit him up. Oh, shit, he said, yeah, damn. Because I ain't never did that before. Right. I just rock with my crew, man. Yeah. I'm like, dang, like, so it was respect, man. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, I think people, I didn't give people a whole lot of instructions. I just gave them the beat. Yeah. And you do you. And everybody, the way it came together, man, it's dope. I ain't going to lie. It's a couple people who sent some verses. I ain't going to say
hold that thought, man. We're going to get into that, man. Yeah. Hey, we're going to get into some more of that baby, man. It's blown away by youngsters.
For sure.
Yeah, we still here with the GOAT, man. Legendary. The homie One Below, man.
Clap it up.
The water drinker. Yeah. Thirsty, man. Hot sauce. Shout out to Eaton Brothers.
One of the spots I think it was.
Or whatever. I'll shout out to Eaton Brothers. I'm just assuming shit.
Shout out to Eaton Brothers.
Shout out to Eaton Brothers. Sound straight.
Yeah, I'm like,
that shit, man.
That is Buddha sponsorship, my bad.
Nah, you good. It's all good.
Nah, yeah, Buddha Popeyes, they corporate. Buddha corporate sponsorship, dog. Dang.
Yeah.
Trying to get weekly whiting up in here, man.
You was starting to get into, I know you was talking about features, and you was going somewhere with, was it how you was actually coming up and picking it? You was going somewhere with the features, and I know I had to cut you off because we had to get the music or whatnot.
I mean, it's not like, that's what I mean. I had a minute to think about it, so it wasn't just... geography played a part only because these is places that I go. Yeah. Places that I've been. I got friends, family there. There's artists from there that I respect. You introducing yourself to people. You introducing people to other people. You know, it's not like I'm putting people up on Roll Spit. Yeah. I'm saying, but like Roll Spit on the album with Royce and Akira and Gene Graham Fonte. It's like, okay, like Pontiac boys can hang with the best of them. Because it's in your face, you know what I'm saying? So, it ain't just important to get a verse from Ro, you know, or Elite, that's somebody that's in my crew. Yeah. You know, but it's also important for me to show, like, yeah, I know y'all know she can sing, but like my homegirl KD, my sister KD, she can blow, you know what I mean? And she got a different voice than Asia. That's my other sister, and, you know, shout out to Asia Black, you know. Liza Garza is a whole nother artist, Jean Grey. So it's not just, you know, features. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this the thing, man. We be calling people fans and customers and features, and you know what I mean? But like, when you, it's like, who is that though? And like, who? What do that person represent? Everybody gonna have to open that box on their own, but at least here go another box, you know, connecting those dots and like, you know, shout out to my sister Peace, Laura Peace Kelly. You just played that baby intro.
Yeah.
She just on the ad-libs, but she's still there. You know, if you know it, you'd be like, oh, I hear that. You know what I mean? But it's like all of these incredible artists, man. Lyndon, you know, they services, they voices, they talents, you know, repping, however, I can't speak for them, but it's an honor to glue that together. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to, like, have an idea. It's humbling. Like, you're like, man, I hear it like this. And you do it like that, you know? Even if we disagree, like DJ Abilities, I ain't shout him out. I'm gonna keep remembering people. Yeah. Shout out to Juice that was on that last song. But Abilities, like that history joint. I'm like, yo man, like I want you to scratch. Here's a little story I like to tell. And he's like, oh man, I don't want to do that, man. Like he's like, I will, but you know, that's already did before. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, man, that's fair. You know what I mean? But I really want to hear it. I'm like, I like to tell a little story. He's like, oh, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, but him even being like, God was like, dig deeper, man. Like, go deeper because you can still flip. Hip-hop is all about the flip. You know what I mean? But, like, flip it in your own way, though. You get what I'm saying? You don't got to flip it exactly how somebody else flips it.
It's about being creative.
Yeah.
You know, and being, you know, have your own style, but at the same time, you want to be creative. Yeah. You know.
And just how we, you know, and I'm just pointing that out to point out how, like, we bounce off each other. Yeah. Whether you in the studio, like, some of them cats didn't hear who else was on the song. They just did their thing. You know what I mean? It's songs that was supposed to have people. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's some people that I hit up.
Yeah.
That actually, you know, had verses that they sent me, and I just didn't use them. Not because the verses was whack or, you know what I mean? Just,
it didn't fit the vibe. Man,
it's whatever I was thinking. You know what I mean? And, you know, another thing, too, is, you know, I'm an artist. I respect every human is an artist, right? They're going to figure out how to paint their own canvas. I'm not trying to tell nobody how to do their thing, how to rap, how to do it, how to walk. You know, if that's what I want to do, that's what I'm doing. So that doesn't mean if I'm not feeling it, I'm gonna still like be like that's what he wanted to do, because it's like it's not about is it good or bad or quality or whatever. You know, it's other people that I asked, that I hit up, that was like, yeah, I'm down, like, and it's not that I'm rushing anybody or whatever, but it's like people were sending me verses like the next day. And some cats, you know, I ain't hear from them for it. It just be like that. I'm not one of them dudes like he ain't get back, man. People got real lives out here. They got real. People been asking me to write verses for a year now. You know what I mean? And it's like it don't take me long to write. It take me a long time to sit down. Mm-hmm. And like you want that, right? Yeah. Like with the cipher joint. Yeah. Bruh. The best thing that could have happened to my verse was the power outage in Dallas. Yeah, because I'm like, all right, hold up. I'm like, see, these niggas up here talking like this. Let me just do this for real. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever that means. I mean, I wrote a couple verses, but what I spit on there was like, not trying to get off the topic, but I'm saying, I like bouncing off of people, man. Yeah. Like the contrast. You know, like, don't say it ain't no dope people out here rapping, or like you don't know who, you know, like, or this got this kind of sound. All of these cats is dope. So that's what it was about, like, in a sense of a campaign, like, all right, you know, you can't do a song with everybody and go everywhere, but like that's a lot of people right there. And not only that, but like these people got their own things going on, you know, some even more so now, you know. Yeah. Shout out to somebody like Royce the 5'9". I didn't say his name, but he probably one of the biggest names on the album. Nominated for a
Grammy for Allegory.
Producing, you know what I mean?
And produced that. That's crazy.
Royce
That's
got all kind of accomplishments, you know what I'm saying, and like credentials from being down with Prime, DJ Premier, you know, Eminem, just just certified classic shit. So to be in the company of like all of these greats, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's humbling. Like we already contemporaries, we already exist, whatever. And some people some people you don't, man. But like I said, hearing that, it just made me think like a fan. Like you know what, like I never really thought about features, but I was geeked when I heard B.A.B.Y do a joint with Nas and Raekwon and Q-Tip.
Yeah.
I was you geek when you hear Common and Daylight. When you hear Toots, somebody you be like, oh, like you know what I'm saying. And that's the kind of shit I was thinking about. Like you don't gotta do it, but like you hear Pac and Breed. That's
Right.
That was crazy, right?
Yeah, cohesion
Pac
don't
and
have a
Bone.
shape, Cohesion take the shape of the elements that's coming together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. And like, I know how to rep the yak and rep many things, you know what I mean? So I'm always repping the yak to if I'm talking about growing up, I grew up in the yak. The whole album, I'm talking about the yak, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about family from the yak. I'm talking about the park or the store. I'm talking about the Hilltop, or I'm talking about stores that was really, I'm talking about the Silver, like, the Silver Dome ain't here now.
You've been doing that from day one.
The Silver Dome ain't here now, so them lines mean something totally different to me now. The Phoenix Center lines, the Silver Dome, like when you start talking about Pontiac Northern, the Huskies, or Central, it's like, dang, that's, and maybe we the only ones that's gonna get that. But I also know that Chief Pontiac is native, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a whole another different group of people if you understand that. And I don't gotta compromise the two. I could be talking about the chief, and be talking about a lot of different chiefs and a lot of different tribes. Then you said tribe. Now I'm in Africa with a whole lot of different tribes. It's like how now. Anyways, connecting dots, man, and that's the symbol of word. That's why I love words, man, because they mean different. The same word mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Yeah, who better to explain that than you, man? Like real talk.
It's just
I ain't never heard a rapper for real, man, just break down words like you, man, and do it so effortlessly.
The
acronyms, man, like
Right.
it's here's the thing, man.
Like I still be catching and I'm like, dog, I ain't even like for real.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm saying it like this, man. Like, you know what you know, or you put the fit together.
Yeah.
And some people looking at the belt, some people looking at the body or whatever. But like, once you figure out what's going on, it's like, oh, it keep unraveling. Then that's the kind of books, movies, games. That's the kind of stories I like to read. You know who killed. You know what happened before you in the first chapter. You ain't even got to really finish the book though.
Yeah.
But I want people to look at the title and be like, man, what's that about?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm gonna have to go.
I want to get into some of the books and books that you read and places you get
word.
the juice from. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
Hey, we gonna take a break, man.
Yeah.
Some more of that baby,
Sure.
man. Another one of them few joints, man.
The difference between grapes and raisins, huh?
Oh man. Yo man, I just wanted to say shout out to Superstition. He murdered that joint. KD again, like DJ Abilities is showing out on every songs with with the cuts and all of that. Shout out to Freeway on that Itch joint in the city heavy. And shout out to you played another song with Black Milk and Guilty Central.
Yeah, that joint fire, dog.
So just, you know what I mean? I just wanted to say these names, man. I definitely want to shout out Aaron Angus. He was in the studio and we was mixing these drinks every day. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know this, but so when I was recording this, every day I'm we working on like keeping the mixes fresh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the summertime in Seattle, you know what I mean? They would be like, man, today's a beautiful day, man. I'm in the lab. I'm like, every day is a beautiful day. But I'm a rap though, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the studio, whatever, keeping it polished. So then I went on tour. I was in Europe. I think I was in London, getting ready to go, I don't know, somewhere, man, Croatia or something. I'm like, let me check my email real quick. I checked my email, and Angus was like, yo, man, somebody broke in the studio, took all the computers, everything. All they left was the cords.
Damn.
Wow.
He like, man, everybody lost they shit. Everybody. I was like, damn. He's like, but remember we made those copies so you can give him the beans so he can do the scratches? We still got your shit. I was like,
wow.
And I felt bad that I even felt cool that my shit was still there, because everybody else,
still,
JFK, a whole lot of people, I think, just lost their music, man, you know, so all I had was the B.A.B.Y MP3s. You know what I mean? So when I went to go get the cuts from Abilities, that's why I said the album been done.
Yeah.
When I went to get the cuts from Abilities, I went to Milwaukee and was at his crib. Like, I just stayed over there like a week. He could have did them in an hour, but like, you know, we'll do the cuts, go hoop, watch a movie or something, listen to the cuts for like hours, you know what I'm saying? Do another one. Shout out to DJ Abilities, man. Max, that's my brother, man. But when I went back to Seattle, my mans ain't even have his gear. I took my Digio 2 out there and was like, man, let's finish mixing this shit. Like, I got the cuts. We mix it on the MP3s. So, like, it's funny because, like, a couple years later, I get a text, you know? It's from East Coast. It's from a North Carolina number. So I'm thinking, like, who this? Blue Raspberry? Who this? Right? This person was like, is this one below? I'm like, who this? Ninth Wonder. I'm like, I'm about to say something real stupid, dog. I'm like, nah, this might be Ninth Wonder for real. He like, yo, man, this Ninth Wonder, like, I only know one Ninth Wonder, and he a dope producer, and he don't got my number. So Ninth called me. He like, yo, I heard you got an album with one of my producers. I was like, yeah. He's like, what you doing with it? I said, I got it. I'm over here working on the book. You know, it's being a black youth. He was like, all right, what you think about me mixing it? I was like, see, what happened was, you know, somebody had broke into the studio and took the file, so all I got to use, then he was like, what you think about, like, just re-recording it or whatever? Like, the point I'm trying to make is that just blew my mind. Because I'm like, how does this dude even get my number?
Right.
Like, and, you know, what's even crazy, because a couple years later, I was at Soundset, and I had walked around the corner to these little booths away from the concerts. Like, it was different booths selling, like, dealer shirts, whatever. And when I was walking up, somebody was like, One Below from Binary Star, right? And Ninth was right there. He was like, we're One Below from Binary Star. Like, you know what I mean? Then we had chopped it up again, like, about the album and this and that, you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make, man, is, like, the whole journey of this album, you know, getting back to the campaign, working, like, I'm not just talking about rocking with this dude because he's from New York. It's like, where you from, you bring in the slang and the identity of your people and your shit. So it ain't just like he from Houston. It's like, nah, Houston is on this shit. Chicago in the building. It's like that. It's not just like Juice in the building, you know. Philly, you know, when Freeway was in the studio, man, the room is probably like maybe this big, right? When he got there, Assalamu alaikum, we talking about Egypt, talking about Hajj, talking about different stuff real quick.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm saying this because, like, man, it's when he talk about we let a struggle came to bring out a pain. When he say that, dog, soon as he got in there, we sat down, chopped it up, then I started playing the beat. Maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes into me playing the beat, his phone ring. He like, damn, like, you know, and not to get too deep into it, but somebody just got smoked. Somebody he know, one of his boys. I mean, he on the phone like 30, 45 minutes. I'm like, damn, should I leave? Like, turn the music off? Because you don't know what's happening, but I'm sitting here, And I could pretty much hear the conversation, and he was talking about that shit. So I'm thinking like, man, I can't even. I'm not gonna ask him, is he trying to do the song? That's weird, you know what I mean? Like, cause clearly that's some fucked up shit, you know what I mean? Got off the phone. He's like, play the beat. He did this for about 10 minutes, and then he went in the booth for like 12, came back out for like 2 minutes, then went in there and laid the like next for it. So when he said, while I was writing this verse, my close friend got slain, like everything he talking about
real life
just happened. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that because like cats is writing real shit and not just rhyming words. You taking like life and joy and pain and struggle and hustle and all that, and it's like, how do you craft, you know, it's a piece of art, but it's like, man, like, let's walk through this. Like, look, like, just imagine. Just close your eyes and just imagine. Or you can relate in your own kind of way, you know what I mean? But, like, not to, like, politicize that experience or whatever. I want to highlight that kind of thing to point out, like, we ain't just sitting here smoking weed and getting high and shaking our ass and writing verses. It's like, it's real shit happening. People be broke as hell. They be homeless. They be struggling. They be trying to figure out, like, man, what's going to happen next? You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, for me to take my time to put this out, you get what I'm saying? Because I will play it for some people, and they will be like, man, you sitting on that? I'm like, nah, dog. I just, because I had fetus, sonogram, stillborn, rebirth. After I recorded Baby, and I didn't put that out, I put out Labor, 10 grams, Kick Push, Born Ones, I was Neighborhood Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put out the Loma 1, 2. Like, I done dropped 20. So it wasn't that I was sitting on it. That's what I mean when I say real time. If I would have put this out 10 years ago, it would have said Fetus, Sonogram, Stillborn, Rebirth, Baby. But it's a better story. You know why? Because it's Fetus, Sonogram, Stillbirth, Rebirth, Labor, 10 grams, Kick Push, Born 1, C-section, Baby. And C-section is courtside experiences. Courtside experiences capture the imagination of Nasheed. It's all basketball, but it's just basketball themes. It's like Labor is language arts based on reality. So it's like a reminder for me, like, man, you got to keep grinding. If you got to be a one-man army, that's what you got to do, dog. Not because you don't want to work with nobody, you need some help. Listen, sometimes you ain't going to have no help. Sometimes you're going to be in Romania just wondering, like, I think somebody going to come swoop me up, and they will, but you got to be out there. It got to be more than just who I know, what I know, where I know. Or I'm going to be thinking, I ain't going to say I'm going to be thinking small, but I'm thinking the way I'm thinking because I am like, you know, from Egypt to Seattle to Pontiac to Milwaukee to Chicago, whatever. It's like, and knowing these people and knowing what you're talking about and feeling it. But it's not, when I said I got to find my voice on every album, I got to talk about basketball over there because being a black youth, I don't really get into that. But it's like, and I got to talk about, so all of it's one piece, it's one puzzle, it's one organism. I don't like to call it a career, but the life, your body, your work, your brainchild, it's an organism. It's not like that's my old shit, I don't fuck with that. It's like, nah, dog, that was me when I was a kid. They called you Rollo. That's why I am Rollo. My grandma called me Rollin. My sister called me Lamont. I got many names. Like, over time, you know what I'm saying? But people still call you that in real time. So I definitely want to shout out, you know, Miles Bonnie on the trumpet. Like, he killed that, If You Want Me to Stay Drunk. You know what I'm saying? Wes Restless, he did a couple ad-libs and sung on a couple hooks. You ain't just hearing, like, one person. And, you know, D saying he mastered it. If it sound good to you, like Aaron Angus in the studio was a big part of that. Like, part of my P. D saying in the studio was a big part of that because they on the buttons making it sound crispy. You know, Jonas Siegel, he played that guitar you was talking about. It's different musicians on here, man. So just being able to bring it all together like that, not only in Baby, but in the whole fetus, sonogram, stillborn, rebirth, labor, kick, push, 10 grams, C-section, baby. Like, that whole thing is like, all right, if I'm alive and I could do this, because you can only do it by the permission, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm alive and I can do it, like, that's how and this is dealing with deaths in the family. This dealing with, you know, going through, like, rollover car accidents and not even knowing if I'm, you know, like, yeah, man, like, dang, like, man, this shit almost died on my hard drive.
Wow.
Like, I gotta put this shit out.
Yeah.
I gotta, because, you know, I don't even give a fuck about being famous or, like, it's a verse in the Quran that say, it may be that you will not see the victory during your lifetime. You know, I'm not here trying to get no flowers. I'm here trying to plant seeds.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I mean? And it'd be cool to, like, relax in a forest, see, and, oh, man, but everybody don't get to see their kids grow up, man.
Yeah.
Who told you that, bruh? Yeah. So you gotta pay attention and, like, you know, we know some amazing people, man. They died when they was, what, 25, and then you look at what they accomplished, you be like, dang, like, and you know, you 50, you still gotta put the work in, like that. But that's whenever you get it in, just get it in, however big or small. You know what I'm saying?
And we gonna come right back, man.
For sure.
Hello,
I'm gonna forget my mom's on there.
Joints, man.
Yeah, that's my shit. Every time I hear that beat, I get excited.
Man. That whole album, man.
Forgot my mom's was on there, man. She came in there and just talked in the studio. That was cool.
You shot your minds out a lot, man. I peeped that, man. That's dope. That's real dope.
Well, you know, when I can.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
When it makes sense. I just did it in that draft.
I know, yeah.
That's because I already be flipping that draft. Didn't raise a fool, Teresa. Because I got that line. Teresa didn't raise a fool.
Yeah.
I'm like, didn't raise a fool, Teresa. Oh, I'm like, draft, let's do this.
Man, shout out to your moms, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I asked her, I was like, can I wear this? She was like, she was like, you different. Oh, man. That's like saying, like, I wouldn't wear that shit, but, you know, if that's what you want to do, like, you know, whatever. Like,
I support you.
Hey, she was like, you different. I burned my arm on the curling iron today. I was like, see, you know what I mean? Like, gotta remember where you came from, dog. Yeah. That shit is so long. I was like, damn, like I forgot. Yeah. The shit even get hot though. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I ain't been around curling irons in so long, dog. I was just burnt the shit out of myself, dog. Probably in the same place I did it a long ass time ago, dog. That shit was funny, dog. I was like, yeah, I'm back at the crib.
How your sister doing, man?
Tawana, she cool, man. She the coolest, man.
I ain't seen her in years, man.
Down one, she the coolest, man. That's my sister, man. She, man, when I think about it, I'm like, man, she love me for real, man. Like, I just don't think about it as much because I don't be here as much. But I'm like, man, that's my dog, man. Tawana.
Is hip hop the same in Africa as it is over here? The vibe's still the same? Do you get the same kind of vibe with it? With being like over there than being over here with the hip hop?
I live in a bubble, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same vibe everywhere I go, but that's because like you could come to the Yak and be anywhere, or you could be here, and it's probably the only thing like this here. You know what I mean? So it's everything. It's, you know what it is. It's racism. It's people who fucks with it. It's people who trap with it. It's people who, you know, it's all kind of, it's different. And, you know, it's different vibes because people got different, some people bring in different, like, their own elements of music into the culture. And then some people just want to be like what they already hear. It's the same thing.
I remember when you told me, like, they got a Pontiac around the corner, man. You just to go around there and see that Pontiac in Cairo is crazy.
It's, right? You know, that's what I mean. Like, at least for me, the more I travel, the more I'm like, man, man, it's not the same, but it's the same. You know, one time I was in Romania, this dude like, yeah, man, you know the gypsies. The way he was talking about the gypsies, and he was like, I was like, damn, he talking about niggas. But that's how. But he wasn't looking at it like that because he was like, no, I would never say that about black people. I'm talking about the gypsies. They don't work. They lazy. You know, they all they do is smoke and drink. They be stealing and shit. I was like, dang, what the fuck?
That sounds familiar.
Like just. And so what I'm saying is, everybody, we got way more in common. You know what I mean? So what it is. It's not that the music is exact. Some people literally got the same names, like literally. Like, all right, you want to call yourself that? Cool. Some people got people taking the same beats and just doing it in their own language. They might take a hit, you know what I'm saying? But it's a hit over there because, like, don't nobody know what y'all saying. But they know what they saying, you know, same melody, same cadence and everything. And then, you know, you got people that's original, you know. I rock with this dude named Young Stunner. He like a South Sudan. Yeah, he's dope, man. And he got it, you know. He got the accent, you know. He reps Sudan. He's dope. He's hip hop. I rock with this dude B.A.B.Y. He's Egyptian. He can rap in English, but his last couple projects been in all Arabic. You know what I mean? And he used the machine, but he be chopping up like Egyptian records. It's dope, dog. It's like. Damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I mean. It's a lot of different artists over there. Kubara is like a musician. He used a modulator. He a whole nother Malawane be on the bass. It's different people doing different things. You know, rappers. I had this one show in Cairo. I'm not talking about recently at the Cairo Jazz Club. Those are like my shows. But I went to this like rap, this hip hop. It was like a lineup with like all Egyptian rappers. From Port Said. From Cairo, they was coming from Alexandria, whatever. And it was dope to see that, man. It was like, they was rapping over like, Cool G rap beats. It's like, damn. I mean, they had the next week they had like a trap version of the same thing. But it was just dope to be like, man, this like the scene, like, or at least part of it, you know, it was 300 dudes, 5 girls, but that's just Egypt, period. You know, you go to like a smoke shop, it'll just be like all dudes watching a soccer game. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see women in the spots like that. You know, hip hop is a little different because when Purple Pitch, when she was a fine artist, you know, doing all kind of weird fine art shit, and then she started DJing a couple years ago. And I'm talking about, like, not spending CDs. Like, she came back to the States, got tables, vinyl, like, she do both, but it was important for her to, she, like, the only person in Cairo that I know spinning vinyl. And when she throws shows, like, women come out. But I think her whole thing is providing you know, a space for women. Because, you know, dudes be grimy, man. Right. Like, you know, and the world is what it is, right? But I'm saying, like, people want to dance and feel safe. They want to feel, you know, like, safe. That's just the best way I could say it. You know, things happen, especially things happen to women, and people just be filming the shit. So it's just cool to, like, the DJ alone can't provide that. You know what I mean? But it's people that intentionally go out and create spaces for for everybody to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just a male sport, you know, or a black sport or an American sport. You know what I'm saying? So that's the cool part when you see, like, little kids and, like, just people, you know. I noticed a lot of the Sudanese cats, like, when I was there, the young cats, they was like ECE, like NWA, and I was like, word. But I remember that's when the documentary had came, the biopic came out.
NWA,
yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just, you know, Pop respected all over the world. The stuff, you know, what he talk about, like, kids experience that, youth experience that all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So to understand that you know, I hate to put it like this, but the majority of the world is poor. The majority of the world is poor. If you talk, like, you don't even gotta monopolize your struggle, because everybody struggles. So if you like, I struggle, like my people, like man, all people struggle. Native Americans struggle in a different way than, you know, excuse my language, to divide people in groups, but because these categories exist, black, white, Asian, Native American, African, whatever, you know, like it's just wild to see how it plays out. And so like you asking me about the hip hop over there, but the culture, for example, right? If you live in a country where like you saying something about the government, you could wind up missing.
Yeah.
People don't rap like that.
Mm-hmm.
They find other ways to like they don't rap like that.
Yeah.
Where here people be like fuck the president, fuck the government, fuck the police. Like you ain't trying to. You
ain't
know,
about to do that.
You can shoot a vid. This what I'm saying. I heard there's countries out there where people just shot a video. They went and got the dude who shot the video, like whoever, and you know, people just end up in prison and then they committed suicide or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you be like,
The speech ain't free.
Yeah.
nah. So that's why the hip hop is different in some places.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see even less women rapping in some places. But shout out to the Purple Pitches and the sisters out there that, you know, I'm not saying like, yeah, you know, break the rules. I'm just saying, but be bold enough to be like, yo, this is what I'm doing. And you know, like, cause we take it for granted that people saying what they want to say, dressing how they want to dress, wiggling.
Yeah.
We take that for granted.
Right.
I know people who wiggle around the world. They go around the world wiggling and teaching people how to wiggle.
Right.
But yeah, some people, their whole family, their whole tribe could cast them out, could frown upon them. The whole society, you know, or community. It's not as bad as it was 50 years ago, 100 years ago, but it's, you know, it's still patriarchy, it's still misogyny, it's still, you know, politics, it's still racism, it's still xenophobia, it's all these other things that affect who get to play what, who on the radio, what's popular, what people get to say. So that's what I mean, seeing people like talk about the revolution, you'd be like, oh, seeing people like get you know, do it in a different kind of way, or you know, sometimes it ain't even with music itself, but yeah, man, it's just it's cool to see different DJs and different people bring it together, whatever that means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I definitely know what you mean there, man. We could sit here and let one talk all fucking night,
my
man.
bad.
Like,
My bad, man. I didn't mean to do that, man.
Nah, man, shit. We definitely enjoyed the conversation or the lesson, I should say, man.
Nah, man.
For real, man.
I said this earlier off the camera, man, but I wanted to say, like, for real, man, it's a big deal for me to not only be here, but to be here, you know, because wherever we interview, it's like, this the Yak, this where I'm from. Y'all be repping the Yak, get heavy, not because this person is popular or whatever. Y'all just got love for the Yak, man, and y'all show me love. It's a big deal to be here, man. So, and to tell my story, to tell people about what I'm doing, you know, it's no me without y'all, man. So, and it's big to be supported by, you know, the crib. So that's what I mean, man. Like, definitely keep, even if y'all don't continue it, like it's already a big deal. You know what I mean? Especially with the way the internet
we ain't going nowhere no time
yeah,
soon,
man. That's love, man.
We here, man. We already talking about some other shit, man. As far as expanding this shit, man.
Nah,
Expanding your hands,
yeah. We need to talk about that real quick,
word.
man.
Yeah. These are test tubes,
real
man.
quick, yeah.
You know, so yeah, I knew the album, you know, Baby. I thought like, man, it'd be cool to like have test tube babies, like, you know what I mean, like a USB. You know, come with a birth certificate. It sounded cute, but like, yeah, that's what it is, man. I found these giant test tubes that I figured the USBs could fit inside. It's just the album cover. This is 16. So this 16 gig USB. It got all my albums on it, all my solo albums. Fetus, Sonogram, Stillborn, Rebirth, Labor, 10 Grams, Kick Push, Born 1, C-Section, Baby, and then Luma Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 15 albums on here.
Yeah.
Right? That's like 1.6 gigs. And then the rest of the 14.3 gigs or whatever is free space. So if you want to say photos, movies, songs, your homework, whatever kind of files, you got 14. I put 15 albums on here. And it got some videos on here, got some artwork on here. It's not even 2 gigs. So you can fill this up with music.
Yeah.
Play it in the car, whatever. So I just wanted to do the concept, man. I wanted to give people like something that they could like interact with. I also wanted to bring all of these projects together. So the birth certificate just shout out all the albums. And it's when I say artificial, I do the acronym. So it's art, a real testimony offered for further examination, curated in actual lyrics. You know what I mean? Offered for further inspiration. It's curated in actual lyrics.
Yes, sir.
So it's bigger than B.A.B.Y. It's definitely like it's an organism, man.
Yeah.
So you could just play the new album, or you could.
And where can they find that at?
Right now, I got these available. If you go to my Bandcamp page, I got the album. It's just a digital album available, or you can order the B.A.B.Y. The test tube, baby. It got stickers. Shout out to Sadaka designing these. Naeem, I got the album cover. Caleb, I got stickers in here. You could also, I'm gonna be at the 37 show tomorrow, man, in Detroit, Eastern Market. Playing some beats, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna have some test tubes there if you wanna come support the babies, you know what I'm saying.
Come get your baby on.
Yeah, man.
Do a test tube, baby. That's some fruit.
Also on the Bandcamp page, I got like, t-shirts and other stuff too, man. But the crazy part is on my Bandcamp page, and a lot of my albums is available on all the platforms. But me not putting this on the platforms yet, I could just play my music when I want to, man. Mm-hmm. My other joints, it's like I'm getting kicked off of Instagram playing my own songs. I'm like, this is my song, but like. We could play these whole joints right now because
it's organic. It's
still
yours.
For sure. And so I'm going back to that time, man, when I was a baby, when I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew 3 people, so I was talking to them 3 people. Mm-hmm. But what if them 3 people? What if them 4 people is here though? This ain't just 4 people. That's Meezy. That's he on the shoot. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. Like just putting the pieces together. I might not be passing the torch to the next rapper. Maybe you passing the torch to the next graphic designer. You know what I'm saying? So now you got the kids selling their own stickers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now it's just like, okay, let me package, and that's what being a black youth is about. Man. I use hip hop to educate my kids, man, and teach them business, teach them the world. So just putting together in the package and offering it. On my Bandcamp, all of this shit is like $100 digitally, but the test tube was only $55. 15 albums on here. Come
that's
on,
$100. That's $100 package,
bro.
We gotta get
I'm
out
giving
of
this
here,
away.
man. Definitely part 3 coming in a minute later.
Much love,
it's coming, man. Shout out to One Below. Shout out to Meezy with Elite Media. Shout out to my bro D Lurk. We out of here, man.
Much love, Pontiac.
Shout out to y'all too, the fans.
Peace.